Some players have hit out at the slower court speed, and the balls being used at this year's Paris Masters tournament. Director Cedric Pialine hit back after players issued complaints about the court speed in tennis balls, used at the last Masters 1000 event of the year. The tournament moved to a new home this year, the La Défense Arena, and the court speed has been slowed down compared to last year. It comes as the likes of Roger Federer and Alexander Zverev have accused tournament bosses of slowing down the courts to favor Carlos Alcaraz and Sinner. But Pialine has explained that it's not that simple, and suggested that some players had nothing to complain about. Earlier in the tournament, Pialine had already addressed the court speed, explaining that they were told that last year's court was too fast. The courts were also slowed down to match the speeds at the ATP Finals in Turin, helping players adjust. Zverev has already been outspoken about slower courts on the tour. This week, Daniil Medvedev and Alexander Bublik also claimed that the Paris Masters court surface was slower than clay. That's not the only issue the stars have had in Paris this week. After his opening match, Félix Auger-Aliassime told L'Équipe, "Honestly, the balls are terrible. They don't bounce straight. When you try to keep the ball in the court, it's okay, but as soon as you try to be precise on the serve or hit, it has to change. We need to find a solution. We've been talking about it since COVID. But every time there's no solution, we need to find one so that it gets better." But Pialine has now pointed out that some of the players who complained, Zverev, Bublik and Auger-Aliassime, also reached at least the semifinals in Paris, ahead of Sunday's final, where Auger-Aliassime meets Sinner. The tournament director said, "We do not have the possibility to ask for something specific by saying as for the CPI court pace index, what was measured at 35, we can't say we want 35.5, 36 or 37. We give a range. We want medium, fast or something. We wanted to have a slower court as opposed to last year." This was crystal clear, but I also find it interesting to highlight something. As usual, as for every tournament, we had 4 semifinalists. 3 of them expressed a comment either on the surface or on the balls. If they reached the semifinals in a Masters 1000, it's already a performance per se.